Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to go over what we call an ode. O-D-E, ode. So when we talk about an ode, what are we actually referring to? We are referring to a poem. A poem that is like a song. But that could be anything, right? So it's a poem that can be sung as a song. However, it is giving thanks. What do you know that it gives thanks? When do you give thanks? Some of you may do it in religion. Some of you may do it in different places. However, we give thanks. Some of you may give thanks when you get a good grade. However, an ode is where you're giving praises to a person, to a thing, to a noun, to anything. So it's giving praises or giving thanks. So when you read the ode for the lessons that we're doing, you will see similes, you will see alliterations, you will see personifications, you may see some metaphors. You're like, teacher, what's all that? Similes is when we're comparing how many things? Two things. Again, similes is when we're comparing two things. What are we looking for? Word like, or the word as. So that is more or less simile. And when we compare the two things, we're looking for the effect, how it makes you feel. All right? We went over that in other sections. Then you're going to see some alliterations, and you're going to see some metaphors, especially when you're talking about this writer. This writer is Pablo. So let's look at the next page. So he writes two poems. Pablo writes Odes to Enchanted Lights, and he also writes Ode to My Socks. So by the topic, ode is to give praise. What is he giving praise to? The light. So he starts with, under the trees, light has dropped from the sky, light like a green lattice of branches. Okay, so what do you see in this? You may see a simile in this. You may see a metaphor in this. So we see in this poem, he's using similes, he's using metaphors, and he also used alliteration. That's three figures of speech so far that we can see in this poem. Look at the other one. The other one is Ode to My Sock. And when he's talking about my socks, one that he wears on his feet, he is talking about who buy him the pair of socks. He's talking about how the socks feel, and he continues. So these are the two odes that we have. Now, in a ode, you can have imagery, you can have simile, you can have metaphor. In the first ode, you may have many of that. But I can't tell you what the answer is. Remember, you got to use brain. So we're going to talk about maybe some similes, some imagery, some metaphor, alliteration. You may not have been taught alliteration yet. So I'll give you what alliteration is mean. Sawing, song. Since it's sawing, song. Another one is drifting down. So those are what we call the alliteration in this poem. So again, an ode is giving praises. Giving praises. Yeah. Giving praises in a poem. And when you have this thing that you're giving praises to, it could be anything. In this poem, both poems you're looking at, the first one is to what? The enchanted lights. The other one is to the sock. So when you write your ode, you can write your ode to anything. Everybody got that so far? So what are some of the things that you need to have in your ode? One, thanks. You may have to have in your ode a simile. You may need to put the ode in your ode, a metaphor. Right? But this is where you're giving thanks. So I wrote my ode for technology in middle school. And this is in current year, in the 2020 years, 21, 22, 23, 24, whatever year this is. And here is my ode. Thank you for the false friends that I can access. Thank you for the light group that makes me stress. Thank you, I can block teachers from sending updates. Thank you, I can pretend to be there for you, always late. Thank you, now I have a new fear. It's called the fear of missing out. Thank you for making me check my text often, and often I pout. Stanza 2. Thank you for Siri, YouTube, Google, and ways to cheat. Thank you for showing me foods that I cannot eat. Thank you for the many apps to learn and communicate. Thank you, I can always blame someone and say, I don't hate. Stanza 3. Thank you for giving me ways to record and do my test. Thank you, I can call my mom or dad to help me protest. Thank you, I can change my grade on apps to make the honor roll. I can listen to music, keep camera on my face, and be a social media troll. Stanza 4. Thank you for the dictionary and Google Translate. I can hide behind technology when I am in pain. I can also take a photo and never use my brain. Writing an essay is easy with copy and paste. I can pretend to be smart and call others dumb. Thank you for the techie person I have become. And that is my own. It is the thank you. Technology. All people use this technology. But technology has its good and its bad. Do I use technology? Yes. Do I use it for research? Yes. Is it easy to use to copy somebody's idea and think it of as your own? It's easy in technology. However, we have to use our own brain today when we're writing our odes. And when we're writing in what person? First person. First. I, we. Everybody got that hour? We can also write in third person. They, their. Everybody got that? If you notice, in a lot of mine, I write, I pout, I don't hate, I don't use my brain. So I want all of us to write an ode. Could be 3 stanzas. How many stanzas? 3 stanzas, where you're going to put the word I in the sentence. Do not Google your ode. I will Google your answers. Everybody got that? So I want all my students, adult, middle, college, write your ode. You can write an ode for Thanksgiving Day. Write your ode. And again, see key components, things that you should use. Use the word I, use the word we. Also, you can use similes, you can use metaphors, you can use personifications, you can use alliterations, all those. And if you don't know the meaning of the words, what are we going to do, everybody? Look it up. That's a great use of technology. Look it up in the dictionary. But we got to use our own words. Now, we can use imageries, we can use similes. We can use all of these to write our own. So again, steps to writing our own. First person. Use some descriptions. It is a poem that you can sing. An ode is a poem that you can sing. Sometimes it rhymes, sometimes it doesn't rhyme. Everybody got that so far? So our main aim is to write an ode. And you may be saying, but Miss, I don't know what to write. Some of you have cell phones, some of you have computers, some of you have favorite jackets you wear to school. How the jacket make you feel? Some of you say the classroom is too cold, so you put on your jacket so you can feel warm. What can you say about the jacket? Is it more fashion-like? It makes me look cool when I have on this jacket. Does it have a hoodie that maybe I'm not supposed to wear, maybe I should wear? Everybody got that so far? So our ode is describing or thanking something. It could be a person. It could be a thing. It could be anything that you want to thank. So I'm hoping that you learned something today. I'm hoping I made it clear. What is an ode? And that we can write our own odes. Sometimes in class, you're going to be asked to explain the ode. What kind of feeling you get from the ode? How does the ode make you feel? What makes it an ode? So if you look at a poem, look at 2 different poems, would you be able to tell which one is an ode or which one is not an ode? The key thing in an ode, it needs to do what? Thank someone. It needs to give praises to something. What is praises? Thank you for staying on point. Thank you for doing your work. Do you hear that word? Thank you. Thank you for focusing. Thank you for something. So you did well. That's another praise. So when we talk about the word ode, what is the key word? Thanking. I want you to thank something. All right? Everybody understand this a little bit? Everybody understand ode a little bit? We're going to go over more and more, but I just want to make sure we are understanding the word